नमस्ते बिटिया। हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am Dr. Bharat Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Pathology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In this practical session, we will learn how to count platelets. Aim: to count platelets in given blood sample. Principle: the purpose of performing total platelet count is to know whether or not you are suffering from thrombocytosis, aka thrombocythemia, that is, the increase in the number of platelets or thrombocytes to more than 700,000 per millimeter cube, or thrombocytopenia, aka thrombopenia, that is, the decrease in the number of platelets per or thrombocytes to less than 50,000 millimeter cube. Very large number of platelets or thrombocytes are present in the blood specimen. Practically counting this amount of platelets directly under the microscope is highly impossible. So the platelets are counted by using a special type of chamber designed for the counting of blood cells in the specimen, known as hemocytometer or Newbar's chamber. For this, the blood specimen is diluted, usually in 1:20, with the help of platelet diluting fluid, commonly known as the Rees-Icker fluid, which preserve and fix the platelets and stain it. The Rees-Icker fluid is isotonic to the platelets and does not cause any damage to it, whereas cause the lysis of the red blood cells. After diluting the specimen in appropriate dilutions, the content is charged on Newbar's chamber and the cells are counted in the area specific for platelet count. Two methods has been developed for the manual estimation of total platelet count using Newbar's chamber. First is microdilution method and second is macrodilution method. Reagents and equipment required for microdilution method. First is material required for the total platelet count by microdilution methods. Blood sample, platelet diluting fluid, gauze piece or cotton, WBC pipette, hemocytometer and Newbar chamber, cover slip, and microscope. Now procedure for microdilution. Fill the WBC pipette up to the zero point 0.5 mark with the blood specimen and wipe out the pipette externally to avoid false high result. Fill the same pipette with the platelet diluting fluid, that is the Rees-Icker fluid, up to the mark of 11. Be cautious that there should be no air bubble in the pipette bulb. Mix the blood and diluting fluid in the pipette by rotating the pipette horizontally between your palms. Take out the Newbar's chamber from its case and clean it using a swab or gauze piece. Similarly, clean out the cover glass and place it over the grooved area of hemocytometer. Now put the WBC pipette and mix the solution, present it again and then discard 1 to 2 drops from the pipette before charging the chamber. Gently press the rubber tube of the WBC pipette so that the next drop of the fluid is in hanging position. Touch the tip of pipette with the hanging drop against the edge of the cover slip, making an angle of 45 degree approximately. Allow a small amount of fluid from the pipette to fill into the chamber, which occurs by capillary action. Do not overcharge the chamber, and there should be no air bubble in the chamber. After charging, put the charged chamber in a moist condition for 10 to 15 minutes so that the cells settle down in the chamber without getting dried, and then focus the chamber under the microscope to calculate platelets. Reagents and equipment required for microdilution method. Materials are required are blood sample, platelet diluting fluid, HB pipette or micropipette 0.02 ml, hemocytometer or Newbar chambers, gauge piece or cotton swab, graduated pipette 5 ml, test tube and cover slip. These are the materials required for the platelet count by using macrodilution method. Procedure for macrodilution method. Take 3.98 ml of platelet diluting fluid, that is Reese-Ecker fluid, in a clean, dry and grease with free test tube. Note: if you don't have variable pipette in the lab which can measure 3.98 ml or 3980 milliliter of diluting fluid, then take 4 ml of diluting fluid with the help of 5 ml graduate pipette in the test tube and discard 20 microliter of fluid using a micropipette or WBC pipette. Now add 0.02 ml of or 20 microliter of blood specimen to the test tube containing dilution fluid with the help of micropipette or WBC pipette. Mix well for few minutes and ready your hemocytometer/Newbar chamber. Take out the Newbar chamber from its case and clean it using a swab or gauge piece. Similarly, clean out the cover glass and place it over the grooved area of hemocytometer. Now take out the WBC pipette and fill it with the diluted specimen. Mix the solution well and then discard 1 to 2 drops from the pipette before charging the chamber. Gently press the rubber tube of the WBC pipette so that the next drop of fluid is in hanging position. Touch the tip of the pipette with the hanging drop against the edge of the cover slip, making an angle of approximately 45 degrees. Allow a small amount of fluid from the pipette to fill into the chamber, which occurs by capillary action. Do not overcharge the chamber, and there should be no air bubble in the chamber. Using micropipette instead of WBC pipette for charging the hemocytometer. You can also use a micropipette instead of WBC pipette for charging the hemocytometer or Newbar's chamber. So with a micropipette, carefully draw up to 20 microliter of diluted specimen before the knob of the pipette to make a hanging drop at the tip of the micropipette. Now gently place the pipette tip against the edge of the cover glass and it required slowly expel the more liquid until the counting chamber is full. This process occurs by capillary action, but care should be taken not to overfill the chamber. A volume of 10 microliter is sufficient to fill out the one containing chamber. After charging, put the charged chamber in a moist condition for 10 to 15 minutes so that the cells settle down in the chamber without getting dried, and then focus the chamber under the microscope to calculate the platelets. Counting the platelets under the microscope. Focus the ruling using the 10x objective lens and then count the platelet in 5 small squares of the central square as described using the 40x objective lens. Count the cells which are lying on the right and lower line of the 5 small square but not the opposite line. In case of marginal cells, count the cells on L line, that is either on right side right and lower line or left and upper line. This is a microscopic view how platelets look under a microscope. These are platelets. This is how Newbar's chamber shows in microscope. Calculation for the total platelet count. After counting the cells under the microscope, we know the number of platelets is 5 square of the central square. Let's consider it as n number of cells. Now the volume of the fluid inside the chamber is the product of area and depth of Newbar's chamber. The central area is 1 square per mm and which is divided into 25 parts. So the area is 25 square is equal to 1 square mm. Out of these 25 square, the platelets are counted in 5 square. So the area of 5 small square is 5 upon 25, that is 1 upon 5. The depth of the hemocytometer is 0.1 mm as described above in a short description of hemocytometer. Now apply the following formula to get the total platelet counts, which should be total platelet counts is equals to n into dilution upon area into depth. Then n into 20 divided by 1 by 5 into 0.5. So total platelet count would be n into 1000 per mm cube. Average the platelet count from the duplicate and report the result. Reference interval would be 150 to 440 multiplied by 100 per liter. In these 5 square, we count the platelets first, second, third, fourth, and the middle one, fifth. Precaution to be taken while performing total platelet count. Use a mouth pipette or WBC pipette is banned in many countries. However, in case you have to use it, be cautious that you should not intake the diluting fluid or specimen. Accurate measure the amount of specimen and diluting fluid to avoid any error in the result. In case you are performing this test by microdilution method, mix the specimen and diluting fluid appropriately by gently rotating in between your palms. Carefully charge the Newbar's chamber that it should not be overcharged and do not contain any air bubble. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you all enjoyed this session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. Thank you.